Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pickup pile for you guys today. And today we are asking the question, what do you need to hear to have closure to move on? So this is basically the closure you need to hear kind of video. Especially if you've been dealing with a particular person, a specific person, and you've been just having crazy issues connecting or making it work or anything, and you're just done is what it comes down to. If you're at this reading, you probably just feel done and you just feel ready to walk away and give up, but it's hard because you're still emotionally attached, you're still emotionally involved, you still have feelings for this person, you still love this person, which I completely understand. And, you know, once again, as usual, these videos are sponsored by things going on in my own life. So it's very much so inspired by how I myself currently feel. I have not been in a good place at all, you guys, lately. Actually, in the morning, I'm supposed to go and get a root canal done. So that's so much fun. So I've been going through a lot dealing with my dental work and everything, which you guys probably already know if you've seen other videos. But I've been dealing with that. And, you know, perfect timing. I'm supposed to get my root canal and my period is supposed to hit at the same time. So it's like, you know, she's kind of a bitch. And she's just like, hey, as long as you're getting a root canal, let me join the party too. We'll have a total shit show. It'll be a blast. So yeah, not not a great time. So physically, I've really been spent, you guys. I've been really worn out with this mouth stuff going on lately, and my period coming, and just overall stress and anxiety. It just hasn't been a good time. So now it's like, what time is it? It's 11:37 as I am currently recording this video at night, and I had a headache all day long, and of course, like an hour ago, my headache finally cleared up, and I finally have some kind of relief, and now I can't sleep because I have all this anxiety about my dental appointment tomorrow. So I was like, I might as well get on here and do this little pickup pile for you guys. But one really cute thing before I get into the piles, I went to the brand new Target that opened up in my neighborhood over the weekend, and I kid you not, it took this Target 10 years to open, but I mean, it's ridiculous. That's another story, but this new Target just opened in my neighborhood. It literally sat there as a husk of a Target, not completed, not being worked on for years. It was like held up in litigation and stuff. But if you think about it, it's actually kind of a weird, inspiring story. But I was in, like, you know, the $3 section or whatever, and I don't think you guys can really see it from this angle, but if I move the camera up a little bit, next to 98 degrees, you see this little sign here. It says on it, I see candy in your future, and it's supposed to be for Halloween. It's supposed to be like this little crystal globe kind of thing, and I just thought it was really cute to get and actually keep up all year with doing readings, because I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. So I got that and a whole bunch of other crap because it's Target. But anyway, let's launch into this reading. I can tell you guys the crazy Target story later because it is actually really inspiring, but I feel like it doesn't really go with the theme of today's video, because today we're all about moving on. We're not all about like holding on and having faith, which I feel like the Target story is more of a holding on, having faith kind of a story. Okay, so we have our 3 different piles. Pile 1 is the red sparkly leaf, because we are still doing our little fall theme here. Pile 2 is the yellow maple leaf that is sparkly. Pile 3 is the orange sparkly leaf. And that's it. There are no more piles besides those. So choose your leaf, choose your pile as I knock the stand here. And we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the red sparkly leaf, then this is going to be the reading for you, and we are going to find out what it is you need to hear for your closure so you can move on. So this is going to be the closure you need to hear. Hopefully get some healing out of this and move on with your life from this crazy person. All right, so we have the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and you guys have the World. So the World, to me, is basically, it's like the cycles of life, the circle of life in Lion King terminology, I guess. But yeah, the World, at least in regards to this kind of question, to me is like a cycle. So basically, whatever has transpired between you and this person, whatever has gone on, the cycle is closing out. The cycle is coming to a close. And, every time something ends, there's like a new beginning. So there's going to be a new cycle. There's going to be a new something that's going to happen in place of everything that's already gone on between you and this person. We have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is all about carrying burdens. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, dealing with this person, dealing with this relationship, it's been a burden. It's been a huge emotional and mental burden. It's just been like turmoil after turmoil after turmoil after turmoil. And it is a cycle that you definitely need to close out and be done with, basically. So, yeah, definitely picking up on that. And we have the Nine of Swords. Ooh, you guys have definitely been carrying around some serious anxiety. The Nine of Swords is about sleepless nights. Kind of like me right now. I'm having a sleepless night here, but that's more so connected to my root canal than anything else. I'm going to have a new beginning with my tooth. Anyway, but yeah, the Nine of Swords is very much about those sleepless nights and high levels of anxiety, which makes sense because you guys have been carrying around a lot of burdens here dealing with this person. So, this is some serious stuff that needs to close out. And we have Temperance, and Temperance is all about patience. It's about balancing things out. So I do believe once you guys release your burdens here dealing with this person, once the sleepless nights end, you're going to have temperance, you're going to come into a place of balance, and you're going to start a brand new cycle in your life. But these two things have got to go. You can't keep going with these things going on because they're going to run you down, they're going to drain you. And there's going to be no room for any new beginning, for any new cycle, for nothing. There's going to be no balance or anything. So you got to release that negative stuff for sure, because it seems like these two things have been a major factor for you. From The Ocean of Emotion by Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials, you guys got Courage. I think I can fix this, which is funny because here we are asking about moving on. And this is like, hey, fix it. Well, you know what? I want to see what a couple of these other cards say before I say anything else specifically on that one. We have Balanced. I'm really trying to find a balance in life and love, which makes sense because Temperance did come out, and Temperance is all about balance, which you guys are needing right now. So I feel like if anything, the Temperance card and the Balance card, it definitely represents you. You're the one who's trying to find balance. You're the one who's trying to figure out what's going on in your life and with love and everything else. And you guys are going to have that, but you're not going to have it continuing on with this 10 of Wands and 9 of Swords. And if anything, I feel like the Courage here, which with I think I can fix this, is it could go a couple of ways, okay, honestly. Number one, I feel like most importantly, the courage is you having the courage to fix your own life, basically. Having the courage to move on, having the courage to embrace this new cycle that's going to start in your life. So I definitely feel like for a lot of you, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be the courage to find that balance. It's going to be that courage to fix your life. It's going to be that courage to, figure out what's going on in your life and your love. It's going to be the courage to drop the burdens, the courage to have peaceful sleep at night and not these restless nights and all that other kind of stuff. So, it takes courage, because sometimes, as sick and twisted as it may be, we can actually get stuck holding onto these burdens, and it weirdly feels comfortable. Like it almost feels normal and regular when we're doing this for a long time. But it's not. It's not normal. It's not regular. It shouldn't be normal or regular at all. It's actually very toxic and unhealthy. So you guys got to definitely release that and, have the courage to move on, because it can be scary. It can be scary with that new beginning. On the flip side, there could be a few of you who actually may need to fix the situation dealing with your person, and that the new cycle could actually be a better cycle dealing with your person. But the reason why you can't have a fresh start with your person is because, once again, you guys still have to let go of the 10 of Wands. You still have to let go of the 9 of Swords, all this anxiety, all the burdens. Either way, it doesn't matter whether it means reuniting with your person or not. If you want to feel better in your life overall, you got to release those burdens, and you got to release the anxiety. You have to release that stuff. Otherwise, everything's just going to continue to be the same as it is now. You guys also have naive. I adore your innocence. So one of the ways I think that will help you guys let go of the burdens is to get in touch with that inner child. Have fun again, you guys. I get it. Adulting sucks. A lot of the times I'm just like, adulting would not recommend, right? It's not fun. Bills are not fun, and stress is not fun, and all the other kind of stuff. And, there are many times myself where I think back to being a kid and I'm like, oh gosh, if only I could go back, if only I could go back to those days and not have those stresses and those burdens, and I didn't realize how good I had it when I was in it, and kind of a thing. And I feel like you guys just need to get back in touch with that inner child, just play and have fun a little bit, if you have to, get out a coloring book and color, just doing that can be very therapeutic all on its own. But get in touch with your inner child and play, do something that you would have done when you were a kid and have fun, it reminds me of if you guys watch Friends, and I feel like a lot of you guys probably do, because who has not seen Friends? But it reminds me of that scene where Rachel and Phoebe are running through Central Park, and Phoebe is running around with her arms flailing all over the place, looking like a crazy person, but she doesn't care. She's having fun. She's letting her inner little girl just let loose and play and have fun. And Rachel thinks she's crazy at first, but then Rachel tries it herself, and she's just like, oh my gosh, you're right. I feel so free, and I feel so alive and everything. And Rachel was able to get in touch with her inner little girl to just run and play and have fun. And who cares what you look like, So, you got to do the same yourself. It's going to definitely help. Healthy. I'm becoming my best self. So definitely going through this process is actually making you become your best self. You may not necessarily always feel like it is. You may feel like you're going through hell, obviously, which I understand. But, consider it, and I'm taking this, of course, based off of my own little adventure in the morning. Take this as your own little spiritual root canal. When you get a root canal, you are stopping further decay from happening in your mouth, obviously. And, it's ultimately going to save your tooth, and it's going to make sure the rest of your teeth stay healthy and strong. And all this stuff that you're going through, just consider it like a spiritual root canal. It sucks and it's painful, and nobody wants a root canal, obviously. No one's like, ooh, yeah, give me that root canal, sign me up. No one actually says that or does that, but it is helping you become healthy. Usually the things that help us become healthy are the things that don't feel good. It's fun to eat ice cream. It's not always fun to eat broccoli, kind of a thing, but it is making you feel better and live better. And lonely. I'm so tired of feeling alone. So this may be a part of the problem too, is, coming out of this situation, you may be in fear of being alone. But I don't think that you will be, because once again, we have the world with the new cycle. And if you guys are going to be heading into a new cycle, you're not going to be alone. Like, there's going to be something better coming towards you. Either you're going to be surprised and this person that you're walking away from is going to come back in a healthier way, or there's going to be a fresh new beginning with somebody else, and it may not happen right away, and it may take some time, but you're going to be blown away and you're not going to feel lonely. So feeling lonely may be one of those burdens that you actually need to release and let go of. All right, move the cards over a little bit here to make room, because we've got some Halloween oracle cards to go through. And you guys got the Cauldron, Synergy and Healing, which makes sense because this whole process is about healing. We already got the Healthy card, Becoming Your Best Self. So yes, you are definitely in the process of healing right now. And healing sucks. It's not exactly easy. It's like if you scrape your knee or something like that, it's not going to heal right away. But if you pick at the scab, and if you pick at it when it feels itchy and stuff, you're just going to make it bleed out all over again, and you're going to stop yourself from completely healing. So stop picking at yourself and let things heal, because things are going to get better. And we have the Black Cat, Fortune meets opportunity. So I do believe new opportunities are going to come your way. Fortune is going to come your way. That's definitely a part of what the world is all about here. So you guys are going to get that for sure. But you got to release those burdens and that anxiety and stuff first, 100%. And Night Song, Hidden Talents. So I almost feel like hidden talents is almost kind of like hidden opportunities, in a sense, like hidden fortune. There may be hidden talents that you have inside of yourself that you may discover out of this whole situation, sure. But aside from that, there may be hidden opportunities, there may be hidden fortune, there may be like a hidden love or a hidden miracle or a hidden something that you don't know about, that's not showing itself yet, but it can't, because if you're holding on to burdens, if you're holding on to anxiety, it can't show itself. But I feel like the moment you guys decide to drop your burdens, the moment you guys to start healing that anxiety, getting in touch with that inner child, start becoming more balanced, taking those steps of courage, I feel like whatever hidden good things are laying in store for you, they're going to be revealed. They're going to pop out of the woodwork, out of absolutely nowhere, and blow your mind. And finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, in my opinion, you guys got Forgive and you shall be forgiven, Luke 6:37, which I feel like is so incredibly appropriate in a reading like this, because one of the biggest reasons it's hard to move on and it's hard to let go is if you're holding on to bitterness and resentment, dealing with somebody, if you haven't actually fully forgiven them. And, always remember, you guys, when you forgive somebody, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. So that way then you're not holding on to the burdens anymore. So that way then you're not holding on to the anxiety anymore. So forgiveness for a lot of you could very much so be the thing that clears that stuff up. But yeah, if you haven't forgiven them, it's best to forgive them. And even if it's not them that the issue lies with, maybe forgive yourself. Maybe you haven't forgiven yourself. Maybe you've been mad at yourself and upset with yourself for even getting involved with this person in the first place. So wherever it is that there's forgiveness that needs to happen, whether it's towards this person, yourself, or somewhere else with somebody else, it's a good idea to forgive. It is going to be a huge key factor in your healing process for sure. So I hope that made sense for you guys. That's basically what I have for you. And, you know, I get it. I'm sorry if you guys are going through stuff right now that sucks, where you're just like, I'm just done. I'm just over it. But I do feel like things are going to get better. It's just the key for you guys is going to be dropping the burdens, dropping the anxiety, and then you're going to see things get into balance. You're going to see things start with a new cycle. You're going to see things become healthier. You're going to see new opportunities. There's going to be a lot of good things coming your way, but I really feel like the key is dropping the burdens and anxiety. That's the biggest thing for you guys. Okay, anyways, I hope that made sense. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did help, please let me know and leave a comment down below, even if it's just a simple small emoji. That still helps me out a lot. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me a lot too. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys popped on here today to check this out. Hopefully it helped you out. Yeah, so I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the yellow maple leaf that is glittery and sparkly here, you can kind of see it. It's there, I promise. Anyway, if you chose this leaf, this is going to be the reading for you, and we are going to find out what it is that you need to hear in regards to closure so you can move on. All right, starting with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, you guys have the Hanged Unicorn. So, for a lot of you, maybe the reason why you're having problems moving on is maybe you've just been busy hanging out, being the Hanged Unicorn. You know, usually the Hanged Unicorn or the Hanged Man, you know, usually denotes not a lot of action going on, not a lot of movement, not a lot of activity. It's someone who's literally just kind of hanging out. But when they're hanging out like this, there's usually new perspectives that are shifting and changing. You know, in some ways, I almost kind of imagine it like a cocoon. It's like, you know, the worm or the caterpillar is inside the cocoon, you know, hanging upside down like that, and they're in the process of transforming into a butterfly. So, you know, that could be you right now. You could be in a bit of a butterfly transitionary mode right now, which is why, you know, it's hard to just let go and move on and have closure, because you've kind of been in this stuck energy, this stuck position. And we have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords very much so reminds me of being double-minded. So, and which makes sense here with this Hanged Unicorn, that's for sure. So when you're double-minded, it's like you have your foot in, you have each of your feet in two different places. Like, imagine if you were standing at a state border, like for example, like if you were at Four Corners, you know, Four Corners is where Colorado, I'm making sure I get the states right, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, and I believe Utah. I believe those are the right states. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I believe those are the right states. But where there's 4 states that meet, and you can literally like be in multiple states at the same time. You could put each foot into a different state, and that's kind of what the Two of Swords is like. It's like let's say, for example, let's say you're trying to decide between, we're going to make this easy. Let's say you're trying to decide between burgers or pizza for dinner. And you have one foot on burgers, you have the other foot on pizza, and you're back and forth, and you're like, I really want burgers, but I really want pizza, but I really want pizza, but I really want burgers. And you go back and forth and back and forth. And the reason why nothing happens, and the reason why you don't move forward with anything, is because you keep going back and forth in your mind. You're constantly double-minded. And that's what I feel like is going on here with this Two of Swords, because the swords are all about your thoughts. It's about thinking. And, this unicorn is blindfolded. So it's like it's blinded to the fact that it's even double-minded. It can't make up its mind. It's sitting back and forth here between these two options. And that could be you. You could be sitting here going, should I move on? Should I not move on? Should I move on? Should I not move on? Is this person worth my time and effort, or am I better off just moving on? And therefore, it puts you in this hanged unicorn position where nothing is happening. Like nothing is happening with this person, and nothing is happening, elsewhere for you either. Like you're just constantly stuck like this. So these two cards in regards to this question totally go hand in hand and totally make sense together. So definitely, I think you need to stop being double-minded, but being in the hanged unicorn position, with that change of perspective is hopefully helping you make a decision. But you're definitely not going anywhere, because you're kind of probably living a very double life in a sense. Then we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, you know what? I actually want to see kind of what it has to say in the booklet in regards to the Page of Swords, because, the Page of the Swords are all about thoughts, obviously. We're still stuck up in our thoughts here, so you very much so could be stuck up in your thoughts dealing with the situation. Okay, so the Page of Swords. This card is all about revealing secrets. Look deeper into the meaning of the situation, especially in your dealings with other people. Someone might have a hidden agenda and is keeping information from you. Prepare to move quickly when situations require fast action. Keywords: curious, vigilance, caution. Okay, so, one of the ways that you could possibly get out of the Two of Swords energy is some fresh new ideas, because I feel like that's basically what the Page of Swords here is about, is like fresh new ideas. You guys need a fresh perspective on this situation, because, burgers or pizza doesn't seem to be working. Maybe you need to have tacos instead. I don't know. But, yeah, like there definitely seems to be like a fresh new perspective that needs to come into play here. You guys need to get a little bit more curious with your options, maybe have a little bit of courage here in actually taking some action on one of these thoughts that you keep having. And we have the Five of Cups, and this could be another reason why you guys are so double-minded right now. I think this explains that Two of Swords energy. Is you guys are feeling some what was me Five of Cups stuff, because I feel like you guys are so fixated on what has already happened, what has already fallen apart here, with the Three Cups that are spilt over, that you're not noticing these two cups over here that are perfectly full and ready for you to drink. And notice there are two there, so one for you and one for somebody else probably. So, for some of you guys, the Two of Cups that are still here could represent you making the choice to move on with somebody else, or it could be, it could be maybe that you guys shouldn't give up on the situation, because I feel like for most of you, this Two of Swords is the should I give up or shouldn't I give up? Should I give up or shouldn't I give up? And I feel like either way, like it's making you feel like this Five of Cups energy. And I feel like if you guys choose to walk away from this person, you don't need to be defeated, because your Two of Cups will still be there for you. Like, you'll just share the other cup with somebody else. But if you guys choose to hold on, if you guys choose to work things out with this person, you'll be able to share a drink still with that person, because it's not as over as you think it is. Like, it's kind of more so in your head, because we do have a lot of this up in your head mentality stuff going on here with the Page of Swords and the Two of Swords. Maybe you guys are air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I can relate because both me and my person are air signs. So this pile is a little bit too familiar for my own taste. But anyway, yeah. So bottom line is, there's no reason for you guys to be feeling this Five of Cups, because there's still good stuff there. You're not paying attention to it. And you're probably not paying attention to it because you're too busy sitting here like, burgers or pizza, burgers or pizza. Like, make up your damn mind with the burgers or pizza. Okay, anyways, from Ocean of Emotion by Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials, you guys have strength. Your strength inspires me. So I feel like you guys are definitely stronger than you give yourselves credit for. You may feel pretty weak right now, pretty down and out, but I do think that you guys have a lot more strength than you realize, whether it is to let go or figure things out. Responsible. I need to start saving myself instead of everyone else. So maybe part of the problem here is, you guys, as to why it's been hard to get out of that hanged man position, or it's been hard to get out of that double-minded mindset, is you're too busy putting everybody else's needs in front of your own. And the best way to stop being double-minded is to make up your mind to take care of yourself and to do something for you. Screw what everybody else needs for a minute. I'm not saying, become a selfish, narcissistic, self-absorbed person. Of course not. But there's nothing wrong with a little bit of self-love. You can't help anyone else or be there for anyone else if you can't help yourself. So, definitely a little bit of self-love, a little bit of responsibility, taking care of yourself could go a long way in helping you out. Open. I'm afraid of opening up my heart again. So one of the reasons it may be very hard for you to let go and move on from this situation is you may be afraid of, opening up again to somebody else. Like, if you did decide to walk away from this situation, if you did decide to try again elsewhere, you may have a lot of fears that moving on with somebody else may wind up leading to disaster and falling apart, just like this situation has, or other situations have in your life. So there definitely seems to be some fears about that. And even if you choose to work things out with this person, I feel like one of the reasons why you're not working it out is because you're not being fully open with them. You're not being fully authentic with them. Like, maybe you thought you were, but maybe it's been a while, and maybe there's stuff that they need to hear. Maybe there's stuff that you need to get off your chest in order to have that closure. Some people like to write letters or whatever of like closure or stuff like that. Like, maybe you need to do something like that in order to completely release that. Is you gotta, let some emotions out, and you don't even necessarily do that for them, but you do that for you. So that way then, once again, you can have that closure. Truth. I know you can feel me and you're inside my mind. You know the truth I've been trying to hide. So I feel like another reason why it's been hard to walk away from this person is because like, you know them better than they know themselves, in a sense. You know their truth. You know what's really going on. And I honestly, the vibe I kind of get from this pile, you guys, like, I'm just going to be straight up honest here with my own personal advice, is I almost feel like you guys shouldn't give up. Like, you guys shouldn't walk away from this person, because you do know their truth and you do know what's really going on with them. And, you know, you are stronger than you think you are. So I feel like for you guys, there is a fighting chance, especially here with this Five of Cups here. Like, there's still that opportunity that's still sitting there that you guys aren't noticing. So moving on may not necessarily be the right move for you guys. You guys may actually may need to stick it out. And maybe you guys are the group that needs to hear the story of the Target Husk. And I wasn't planning on sharing this with any of the groups right now, but I will share it with you because it seems to be the thing. So when I was talking about this Target at the beginning of the video, in the intro, the Target that just opened in my neighborhood, it was approved to be built 10 years ago in 2010. And they started building it. And in 2014, Target got sued by this greedy lawyer. Basically, the building restrictions, there was a building violation or something, that the Target was too tall, that it was supposed to be shorter than what it was or something. So this lawyer held it up in the court system for years and years and years. And as it was held up in court, construction stopped. It just sat there like a half-built Target. It was just sitting there. The sidewalk wasn't even open. You couldn't even like walk in that area or anything. So the whole thing was just completely shut down. And then a couple of years ago, Target actually won its lawsuit against this lawyer, and building was able to resume. And just this past weekend was its grand opening. Like, it's finally open. It's finally a real Target. It's gone, you know, from like being a puppet to becoming a full-blown boy, kind of a thing, like Pinocchio. But it took 10 years. It took 10 years to build a Target. I mean, this thing should be a historical landmark, basically. You know, a few more years and we're basically talking the Taj Mahal. But yeah, I feel like for some of you guys are like that Target. Like, your relationship with this person is like a half-built Target. And the stuff held up in court and everything is all of your karma and all of your drama that you guys got to work out. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to become a full-blown Target. So I feel like for some of you guys, you kind of do need to stick this thing out, because like I said, there's opportunities here for you. You guys know this person inside and out. You know their truth. And we have relaxed. I found peace again. And I feel like you guys ultimately know. Like, you guys ultimately know what's going to bring you peace in this situation. I feel like, if anything, you know, this reading is just going to be here to confirm stuff that you guys already know. Now, on the flip side, if you guys are not supposed to be with this person, you're going to know that too. You're going to have the peace that surpasses all understanding with that, and you're going to feel relaxed with that as well, because, you know, I don't want to say for everybody, oh, don't move on from this person, because you know what? If this person is being toxic towards you, if they're being abusive towards you, then yeah, it's probably a better thing that you guys are done and walking away. But, you know, especially if you guys are dealing with like this twin flame, soulmate kind of a thing, it may not be as over as you feel. So, you know, take it as it resonates. But either way, the right answer is going to bring you peace. And I feel like you guys do know what that is deep down. Okay. From the Halloween Oracle, you guys got, oh, Lord have mercy. Eternal love. Love is love is love is love. And it transcends physical death. What did I tell you guys? I literally just told you, well, you know, this is a twin flame situation. It may not be as over as you think. What I say, Five of Cups, your opportunity is still there. Oh, you guys are killing me here. You guys are absolutely killing me, because I do feel like this card kind of confirms it even more so for me, that for you guys in this group, I really don't think that moving on is the right choice. I feel like closure in regards to the pain, in regards to the struggle, in regards to the suffering, in regards to the mental stuff that's holding you back, yes, that stuff needs to go. But letting go of this person as a whole, overall, I don't think that's really going to be the answer for you guys. I really don't. Like, which I know is annoying because this reading is supposed to be about closure. It's supposed to be about moving on. If you guys don't feel like this resonates with you, pick a different pile. Because that really was not what I was intending to come out, but that's just what's coming out. So somebody needs to hear this. There's someone who needs to hear the fact that this is not over. But if you really feel like it's over, then a different pile may be for you. Okay, winter. The sacredness of pausing. So one of the reasons why it may feel like it's dead is because you guys are probably in a winter, you probably are in a winter season dealing with this person. And you know, when it's winter outside, it looks like everything is dead. It's cold, it's usually gray and gloomy, there's snow on the ground, you know, trees don't have their leaves or anything, but come springtime, you know, the buds start popping up and things start to bloom, and things that look like they were dead all winter wind up being alive and vibrant and very well by the spring and going into summer. So if it feels and it looks like it's dead to you guys right now, like those 3 of Cups that are spilled over, it's just because it's winter time. That doesn't mean that it's actually done though, because your 2 of Cups here is springtime. It's coming. So don't give up just because it's winter. New seasons are coming. And hearth. Happiness in our hearts and homes. So I feel like at the end of the day, when this does all get worked out with you guys, you're going to create a happy home with this person. And I know that's probably not what you were expecting to hear if you came to this pile, if you came to this reading, but that's what I'm getting here, you guys. That there truly is going to be a happy home built between you and this person. So I feel like the overall message here is not to give up, actually. So if anything, if there's closure that you really want, close out the negative thinking, close out the double-mindedness, close out all of like the crazy thoughts in your head, because I feel like that's the stuff that's more so the torture than anything else. You know, start actually making choices. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and realizing that there's still good things ahead with this person, that things are not as bad as you think they are. So yeah, I feel like that's the overall message here, you guys, is to have closure with your own internal pain and your own thoughts and not to give up. Crazy as it sounds. But your Jesus card from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got knock and it shall be opened unto you, Matthew 7:7, which makes sense because I feel like once you guys come out of this hanged unicorn position and once you guys actually make a decision here, you're going to seize the opportunity with this person and things are going to go better than you think. You know, you may need to open up and say your truth, and it may help them come out with their truth that you already basically know about this person. So, yeah. So don't give up, you guys. As crazy as that sounds, do not give up. Anyway, that's what I see going on with you guys. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, let me know and leave a comment down below. Even a simple small emoji goes a long way. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to hang out here with me today and check out this reading. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this orange sparkly leaf, then this is going to be the reading for you. And we're going to find out what it is that you need to hear for your closure so you can move on. So we are finding out what you need to hear. All right. Starting with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, you guys have the Queen of Swords. Ooh. So you guys are burned. That's the first thing I pick up here with this one. The Queen of Swords, she is usually also known as the Ice Queen because she has been very, very hurt in her history. And because of that, she's not very nice. She's not she's not warm and nurturing and loving, you know, like the Queen of Cups might be or something like that. She's more rigid, she's icy, she has her protective shield up. She doesn't let anyone in. I mean, she's strong and she's powerful, don't get me wrong, because she is a queen, but she has her guard up because she's been very hurt in the past. So I feel like this definitely represents where you are probably at right now and how you're feeling because you have been hurt. And we have the Lovers. This is so funny. I do a reading all about like letting go of these people and stuff like this comes out. Okay. I'm going to come back to this Lovers here. Let's find out what else is going on before we move on. All right, we have Justice. Okay. So I do feel with the Justice card that whatever pain, whatever hurt that you guys have been having dealing with this person, justice will be served. Things are going to be made right. You're not going to be stuck in pain or suffering forever, that's for sure. So justice is going to be served, whether that means like working things out with this person or moving on with someone new and better. You're going to have your happily ever after. So justice is definitely going to come. Oh, and we got the Tower. We got the Tower. Oh, you guys, you are an interesting, dramatic little bunch, aren't you? Okay. So I'm seeing a couple of different scenarios of things that could happen between this and between this. So I feel like really if we're going in order here, okay, first of all, right now you guys are the Queen of Swords. So this is the present moment of time. You guys are the Queen of Swords. You're a queen, you're in your power. You know, you are royal, but you are a royal bitch, basically, because you are pissed off, you're upset, you're hurt, you have your guard up, which is understandable given what you've been through. Okay, so that's currently as of right now. But I believe a Tower moment is coming, or it's already here presently. And basically, this Tower moment could be you, it could be your person, or it could be both of you. And something is definitely going to shake things up here, which is what's ultimately going to bring justice at hand. Some major thing is going to shake things up. It's going to wind up bringing justice. And ultimately, at the end of the day, your justice is going to be true love, the Lovers. You know, and it's funny because specifically in this card, when I look at it, you know, we have the feminine and we have the masculine, and then we have this big unicorn here that looks like it's kind of like, it looks like it's sitting in the clouds, and it has like these wings and everything. It almost looks like a big mountain or something, but it's in the sky. So it very much so reminds me of God, basically. And I always tell people the perfect third-party situation to be in is between you and your person and God, like the Holy Trinity, you know, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. So this is basically what is going to be the end result. And the thing is, like, it could be you and your person either working things out so you guys can come together and be together. I mean, even if you look at the Tower here, you know, the two unicorns that are on the Tower, like coming out of the Tower here, they look like the same unicorns that are the Lovers. So it very much so could be that you and your person are going to go through this tower moment, which will wind up bringing justice, which will bring you guys ultimately back together. Or the tower moment could bring somebody else into your life and you'll wind up having happily ever after with somebody else. But once again, take it as it resonates. I don't want to like encourage necessarily people not giving up and getting back together with their person, especially if this person has been abusive and it's been toxic and it's been stuff like that, which there is a possibility that that could be with the Queen of Swords, you know, feeling very hurt, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. I mean, you could be very hurt and it could be for reasons completely unrelated to abuse or anything toxic. It could just, you know, be you being overly emotional and getting into your feels and taking things too personally. So it just depends. Because like with the last pile, like the cards kept coming out and I kept like the intention was legit about moving on, and I wound up having to tell that pile, well, looks like you guys shouldn't move on and you need to not give up on this. But that's literally how it came out. Now, I don't know if that's going to be how it comes out with you guys because we have more cards to get through yet. But I am going to say it could be a possibility. But I wouldn't take it for Bible necessarily. We got to see what else comes through. You also got to check your own gut on this too and see what resonates for you. If you feel like, yeah, you know, like we're going through this tower moment right now, but I do believe we're going to have justice and I do believe we're going to come back together, then that's great and that's awesome. And then that's your story. But for some of you, it's going to be different and it's going to be the tower moment leading to justice, to being with somebody else and having a happily ever after elsewhere. So, yeah, you guys just take it as it resonates here. Because like I said, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. Okay. Moving on with the Ocean of Emotion by Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials. You guys got tired. I'm exhausted and drained mentally, emotionally, and physically, which makes sense. I mean, I feel like this definitely describes you guys. You guys are probably in this place where you feel very tired right now, just very over it, just very done, which makes sense with that Queen of Swords. Sorry, I'm yelling out of nowhere. We also have integrity. I'm trying to do the right thing. So I do believe that you guys are trying to do the right thing in the middle of this chaos, in the middle of trying to figure out what it is exactly that you need to be doing. I do believe that you guys are trying to make the right decision, you know, whether it is in regards to moving on or holding on or whatever the case may be. But I do believe that you guys are trying to do the right thing. Like your heart is genuinely in the right place. Responsible. I can't keep it together and I know I've already screwed things up. So, and it's funny because we literally just had integrity here. So I feel like for some of you guys, even though you are doing the right thing, that your heart is in the right place, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you feel like no matter how much you are doing the right thing, you feel like you're always screwing it up. You feel like just because you are doing the right thing doesn't mean it's actually making any difference, which I don't believe is the case. You know, as long as your heart is in the right place, I do believe that you guys are doing the right thing, that you are being responsible, even if it looks like it's not on the surface. I just believe that it hasn't like completely come to fruition yet. You know, it's like you guys are planting seeds. You know, when you guys are doing this, when you're trying to do the right thing, when your heart's in the right place, you're planting the seeds, but that doesn't mean that they're going to automatically sprout up and grow the second that you plant them. So that's why it may feel like you're screwing up just because you haven't seen it yet. But just because you haven't seen it yet doesn't mean it's not there. So don't think that you've screwed up just because you're doing the right thing. Stuck. I can't break out of these illusions. So that's another issue here, is you guys definitely feel very stuck. It's like you're kind of stuck in this Queen of Swords energy right now, where you're just stuck feeling hurt, you're feeling icy, you're feeling cold, which is something that obviously needs to change, because you guys aren't going to experience any changes, positive or negative, if you're constantly feeling stuck. And, you know, a tower moment can be a very scary thing, but it's almost better to have a tower moment because it forces things to change rather than to stay here, because nothing changes when you're like that. Absolutely nothing. Actually, there was a quote that I read somewhere online not that long ago, and I saved the quote because I thought it made a lot of sense. I'm going to read it to you guys really quick. It's very brief. It says, "If you change nothing, then nothing will change." So yeah, like, you guys, don't be afraid to embrace change. Stop being stuck like this, because it's not going to help anything. Definitely not. It's not going to help you move on. Sabotage. Things aren't always as they appear. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, one of the reasons why you're having problems moving on and having closure is because you're having a lot of self-sabotage, is what it comes down to. You know, it's almost like, as the Queen of Swords, you're taking your sword and it's like you're stabbing yourself. Stop doing that. Stop stabbing yourself. But yeah, like, I feel like there may be some negative talk going on here towards yourself. And, you know, maybe things are not as bad as you think they are, you know? And I feel like you guys are kind of making things out to be like worse in your head than it may actually be in your situation. I understand you guys are tired. I understand that you're frustrated. I understand you guys feel stuck. I feel that way too a lot of the times in my own situation. But, you know, you guys are trying to do the right thing. You are being, oh, it said irresponsible. I kept reading it as responsible. But either way, you guys have integrity. Like, these two cancel each other out. You know, irresponsible and integrity. Like, you can't be irresponsible and and you can't have integrity at the same time. So I feel like you guys are keeping your integrity together. I feel like you guys are doing the right thing, but I feel like you feel like this. Like, this is the sabotage here. This is the sabotage. You feeling like you can't keep it together. You feeling like you've screwed everything up. But the truth is, you haven't. Like, this is a lie that you're telling yourself, because the truth is, you have integrity. The truth is, you've been doing the right thing. You just haven't seen the fruit of your labor come to fruition yet. So I feel like that irresponsible thinking is where this sabotage is coming in regards to your situation. You know, feeling stuck is like sabotage. And I feel like that may be, at least for you in this connection, that may be the tower moment that you guys need to go through and you need to get over. You need to get over the fact, you kind of need to get over yourself, is what it comes down to. You kind of need to get over your own thoughts and your own emotions. And, you know, like I said, I feel like for some of you guys, this could ultimately mean a reconciliation, because I feel like your justice for some of you guys is going to be reconciling with this person and, you know, having true love with them once again. But you're not going to get there if you're doing all this stinky self-sabotage kind of stuff, thinking that you're not keeping it together when you really and truly are. So, you know, you got to knock this off. And I feel like your person may be doing the same kind of thing, which is why it's been really hard for you guys to connect and really work this out. But yeah, I feel like that's been a big issue in having closure in general in this situation. Like, even if you're not looking for closure dealing with this person specifically, the most important thing you do want closure in is the struggle. Like, that's the most important thing, is if you have closure with the struggle, you can have justice and you can have happily ever after dealing with your person. And if not them, the justice and happily ever after will be with somebody else. But it's that struggle that you need to have the closure with. Okay, from the Halloween Oracle, you guys have werewolf, exploring wildness. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you know, because you feel so tired and so exhausted, you may just need to let some things out, you know, like literally, if you just need to like sit in your car and scream to the top of your lungs, do it. You know, like sometimes we just have to release some energy. Sometimes we just have to release some gunk. We just have to release some bad stuff. So if that's what you need to do, if you just need to release, if you just need to let go, if you just need to scream, do it. Just scream. Because literally, like, I look at this guy and he looks like he just wants to do that. He's ready to howl at the moon. He's ready to scream. And I feel like for some of you guys, you just need to do that. So, you know, let your inner wildness, just let it out. And if you do that, you're going to find joy. You know, this situation is not as ugly as you think. You know, when I look at joy, I also think of the lovers here. You know, we've got the sun coming out here. Like, there's a lot of, you know, very nice kind of golden sunshiny energy coming out of this joy card. So rejoicing in the present. So I feel like, you guys, things are not as bad as they seem. I feel like sabotage is the biggest enemy here. I was supposed to say enemy. Sabotage is the biggest enemy here, you guys, not necessarily your person. Like, I feel like yourself is the biggest enemy. You guys need to break up with yourselves. Or if anything, you need to break up with the old version of yourself is what it comes down to. But yes, joy is there. Joy can be there. You guys, you just need to opt into it, you know? And we have the Skull of Light illumination. So I do feel like whatever darkness that you guys have been stuck and trapped in this entire situation, that things are going to be illuminated, things are going to be revealed, that you're not going to be in the darkness for long, especially with this tower that's going on here. Things are not going to be stuck in the dark very long. You know, there's going to be justice that's coming. Things are going to be illuminated here. So yeah. So I really feel like for a lot of you guys, I don't know. I feel like for a lot of you guys with this pile, it's possible there really could be a reconciliation here. I feel like it's kind of just like yourself who's kind of ruining things before you can allow them to get better. And I don't know why this keeps coming out in piles. Pile 2 was very much about not giving up as well. And pile, if anything, I feel like pile 1 was the one who was probably in the best position to like actually legit move on. But you guys, pile 2 and pile 3, I don't know. I feel like it's really not over yet for you guys. I feel like the things that need to be closed out are the mental struggles and just like the way you're viewing things in your mind. I feel like it's the struggle that you guys need to have closure with, and not necessarily the person, but the struggle, the way that you guys look at things, the way that you guys see things. And and because of that, I'm going to share with you guys as well the story of the target, just like I did with pile 2, which I was not planning on doing. So the only pile that didn't get the story was pile 1, because theirs was not as like, hey, it really may not be over yet kind of a thing, as you guys are in pile 2 was. So if you came to this pile and you were also drawn to pile 2, then, you know, that would make a lot of sense for you guys if you guys were drawn to pile 2 as well. But anyway, hi Shadow. My dog is like over here right now. I'm going to pick him up and hold him while I tell you guys the story of the target husk. So anyways, I'll see if I can... Does he want to get on camera at all? No? You don't want to get on camera? You don't want to get on camera? Oh, there we go. He's doing the reading now for you guys. Yeah, he's doing the reading. What's going on, Shadow? Okay. He's like, no, I'm not going to do the reading anymore. Okay. He just wants to be held. All right. So the story of the target husk. And I just realized that this is like 20 minutes long already for you guys. So this is like a long group, but that's okay. Hold on with me here if you guys want to hear the story of the target husk. Otherwise, I just have like literally one more card for you guys. So the story of the target husk. So this target that was just built in my neighborhood, the city of LA approved for this target to be built 10 years ago in 2010. So they began construction on it and everything. And in 2014, they had to stop construction because this greedy lawyer basically was all, nitty gritty about things and was nitpicking at the fact that there was apparently a height violation in terms of the height of the building. Like it wasn't supposed to be as tall as it was for the codes in that area. So this lawyer held it up in court for literally years, which meant the target was not being built. They halted construction, and this half-built target sat there at the corner of Sunset and Western for years. And like there was no sidewalk open in that area, no nothing. It was just a big fat eyesore. And this thing got so popular, like it got like its own social media page and everything. It was kind of insane. And so this lawyer held it up in litigation for years. But a couple of years ago, Target finally won their lawsuit against this greedy guy, and they resumed construction, and just this past weekend was its grand opening. Like it's finally a full-blown real Target, which is super awesome and super amazing and is big happy news. But it took 10 years, you guys. It took 10 years to get this Target built, which is insane. It never takes that long. Or at least it never should. People are basically like, this thing should be a historical landmark. It took so long to build, which is true. But I feel like sometimes in these situations, we are no different than that Target. There are years where we sit there and we're just half built and we're battling against a lawyer, and that lawyer could be whatever kind of karma or drama you guys are dealing with. It could be these mental mindsets and everything. But, just like with a lawyer, you're going to have justice eventually in your situation. And eventually you're no longer going to be a target husk, and you're going to be a full-blown target where people are ready to be in you. And that's just another funny joke because, of course, all the men who talk about this are just like, I'm in you, Target, ha ha ha. Like, really? Oh my gosh. So, yeah. But anyways, life is sometimes like that. Sometimes we are like a target. So you guys may be under construction here, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to be fully built. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be completed, because you will, and things with your person very well could. So try not to get discouraged, even though things may be a mess. Once again, if this person has legitimately been abusive towards you or toxic towards you, then the Lovers here may be you and a new person, may be you and a new beginning. But I do feel like for a lot of you, this is more so an issue of your own sabotage coming through, your own self-sabotage, not necessarily the other person, which is why I think you guys could probably work this out. Anyway, let's check out your Jesus card, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. Hi, yes, I gave you a kiss. I gave you a kiss. I'm still holding my baby. Have faith in God, Mark 11:22, which makes sense, you guys. Whoops, as I drop the card. But yeah, have faith. I understand it's hard to have faith, especially when you're doing self-sabotage here and everything, but you got to stop doing this, because it's going to be a lot easier to have faith and get unstuck if you're not sabotaging. So, yeah. Anyways, that's basically the message that I have for you guys. I'm sorry that for 2 out of 3 of these piles, they weren't necessarily, oh, here's what you need to do to move on. It's more like you guys need to let go of your bad mindsets, and you guys need to let go of the struggle in order for things to work out. That's really what it comes down to, more so than anything else. But hopefully it made sense and resonated. Of course, if the message did not flow, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. Even with a small emoji, that definitely helps and goes a long way. Also, please leave this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I'm so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by and hang out here with me for a little bit today. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.